Hey, what's up guys? This is Enemy Stand User. I hope y'all are doing good. Today, we have another awesome chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, and these calling game fights and character introductions are off the wall crazy and funny and really hype, and it looks like we're taking a bit of a break from Hikari and all that craziness. Thank goodness a little bit for that, but we can get into Pandas POV where we see how he surprisingly reacts to a peak tier sorcerer. But let's get into chapter 184, Tokyo Colony number 2, part 4. Alright, we start off the chapter with Panda as he is trying to figure out what is he going to do in the games, and he has gotten separated like Yuji did previously, and he has spawned into a random part of the colony in Tokyo. Panda Lee kind of funnily enough vibes in his own sort of panda way, saying that right now he is not a panda but a teddy bear. But he notices the horror of the games, and due to Panda's sense of smell, he can pick up the smell of blood from all the nearby victims of all the carnage happening nearby. Panda says he can actually smell the person who killed the victims as well, mentioning that it's probably an expert sorcerer who can turn their cursed energy on and off at will. I can definitely see why the team picked Panda to find the angel, because his sense of smell and cursed energy detection seems to be really on point, but I wonder what they'll do since I don't think Angel is in this colony at the moment. But right now, Panda, he's really not trying to make a scene. He's really trying to keep a low profile and, I guess in his words, be a teddy bear. But at the last second, he picks up that in his mind like he is indeed a giant panda in the middle of Tokyo, as he stumbles around trying to check his angles to see if anyone's found him out, and gives a sigh of relief. But out of nowhere, Kashimo freaking Hajime walks out and meets Panda, and this is really bad news, as Kashimo is one of the top players in the games and has been running through the calling games, killing dozens of sorcerers and getting points, looking for Sukuna. In the chapter, Hajime meets Panda, seeing this animal, saying something wandered out of the zoo. And Panda plays along with this, giving off the alibi that he is indeed a wild animal.
Bamboo provides so little nourishment, he needs to avoid energy-sapping encounters.
Absolutely not trying to mess around with Hajime. Ultimately, Hajime pulls out his Kagane, to which it tells him that it's indeed a player, and Hajime immediately goes to town on Panda. He wastes no time and used his shocking speed and heavy hits to blast away Panda. Panda now figures out that this guy probably has the same principles like Megumi's Nue, to where his cursed energy aura has the same properties of lightning, and his body is always shrouded in electricity, so there's really no real way to block it in any way. Panda then gets his big bro Gorilla Core out and uses his unblockable drumming beat attack to also use an unblockable move, using vibration to do internal damage against Hajime. Kashimo commends his efforts but is really not impressed by Panda, as he counters him and proceeds to rip his arm off and call Panda's technique too ordinary. Hajime confuses Panda and gets in close, assaulting Panda with a flurry of punches, slamming him against a shipping container. Gorilla Mode is now beaten, and Hajime calls it weak, too weak for his liking, and proceeds to question Panda about Sukuna, asking where he is. Panda, still beaten, is a really good friend to Itadori, so he plays dumb for now, saying he's got no clue, and Hajime immediately calls BS, telling him to tell the truth and he'll be merciful. Panda then gets a little smart with Kashimo, saying, "My uncle goes by that name," so Kashimo is now getting very impatient. Panda is now the one saying that he's the one being underestimated, as he takes out his bashful sister core, saying that she's so shy that she'll kill anyone who meets her eyes, and we see her eyes are pretty hard to miss in this monstrous form, activating an enraged sister panda. This form is kind of reminiscent to something like a triceratops or an animal like a rhino, so I wonder if this core's function is to sort of act as like a defensive trait or boost his attack power. But now the battle is in its peak, with Panda and Hajime about to clash. Hajime's lightning ability is now explained, and Kashimo's power is actually kind of a reference to a phenomenon that happens in real life in nature, where Hajime acts as a sort of cloud and can separate his electricity into positive and negative charges. The positive charge that he shoots is positive lightning, and positive lightning is said to be 10 times more powerful than negative and could put out over 100 billion volts. Now, in a real cloud, in real life, ice crystals start to rub up against one another inside the cloud, creating different charges to put out. In clouds, the negative charge is heavier, so it sits closer to the ground, closer to the bottom of the cloud, and as a result, we see something that is often called negative cloud to ground lightning. That's what we see like in thunderstorms in nature in our own backyards. Our ground acts as well, a ground, causing lightning to strike it through the air because our ground has positive charges in it too. But what's very rare is for the lighter positive charges that are more powerful and closer to the top of a cloud to strike the ground, called positive cloud to ground lightning. This is the most powerful version of lightning and has been known to kill people on occasion. This is Hajime's curse technique. He stops the negative flow of charges from shooting out and disperses it into the ground and shoots more powerful positive lightning at an enemy. The ground acts as a conduit and the atmosphere is like a medium, so there's no actual way to escape from this technique attack. The chapter said that it doesn't even need a domain expansion to guarantee its hits. It's like a bolt of lightning ripping through the atmosphere. And we see how devastating Kashimo's actual curse energy output is as he obliterated Panda in one move, leaving him/her critically damaged. So the chapter wraps up with Hajime asking one more time, "Where is Sukuna?" over Panda's withered, bleeding body. And it ends with a note reading, "Kashimo awakens after 400 years and seeks Sukuna, a lightning-like fighting instinct." Alright, first we can already give Kashimo Hajime, we can already give him the Black Forces right now. He literally has like 2 appearances and he's already the most badass MF in the game. It's very clear that Kashimo is very battle hungry and battle driven, seeing that he easily killed dozens of sorcerers and gained hundreds of points. He is the top dog of the games and his powers do not lie. I think that he may have, I don't actually think that he's from Sukuna's era, seeing that he is from 400 years ago. I think that's the Kechibro era or something like that. I think that's actually the Edo era, I'm sorry. But I think he heard of Sukuna and wants to fight him, given that Sukuna is the king of curses. Kashimo may want to test his skills against the strongest, and we see that he likes to battle other people and he's very interested in someone who will give him that thrill of the fight, but he hasn't found that person yet. I say that based on his comments about Panda and how he called Panda weak and too ordinary, like he was looking for something more. He's just like sizing everyone up, and we got to talk about this matchup here because that's different. Like Panda versus Hajime, no bro, like not even, bro. This was very one-sided and Panda couldn't even do anything no matter what he did. Even Panda's awesome sister core, which was really cool, had a really cool design, and I think it was very powerful, it was utterly destroyed just as fast as it appeared. Hajime absolutely shut that down, and it really would have made more sense for Panda to fight Charles given their kind of skill level, but I guess we kind of really have to build up the hype for Hikari versus Kashimo Hajime in that fight, and that's going to be really hype. So I hope someone else is able to step in and help Panda, but things are looking really rough for Panda here in this situation. But you know, anything could really happen. Like who knows who may be able to step in. So, like imagine something crazy like Kusakabe, Meimei, or Maki stepping in to help Panda. Like that would be peak. I mean, yes please, if any of them come back or we see any returning characters, that would be hype. Overall, this chapter was very, very cool. I love Hajime's powers, and I kind of nerd out how they're actually like a weather phenomenon that happens in nature. And Kashimo is awesome. He's absolutely out for blood, and he is willing to get his hands dirty to get his matchup with Sukuna. As we see, he has hundreds of points and he is just murking and bodying everyone. I'm very excited to see what we get out of this colony number 2, and who we'll see and how things will ultimately escalate, as that's how all the colonies go. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry that my uploads haven't been lacking as of late, but I'll have some vids out this week. But anyways, this has been Enemy Stand User. You brothers are awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.